Tower of God, let's go. Floor of Death, though, which does put me on edge because we're dealing with this thing because the Guardians, there's so much. We've got like a parasite guy of some kind that we're leaving Bomb with because Hockney's like, I don't actually care about him. We're gonna see what Khun might be capable of a little bit now because Endorsi tried and was like, I basically dealt with the Guardian. It's the gatekeeper, it's fine. Someone else can do it now. I do really like that this looks like a Rubik's Cube. I think it fits so well as like a puzzle for him. We talk about like chess a lot for Khun specifically, but I think that it translates really well to the Rubik's Cube. You know, it's serious when Khun's hairstyle takes a shift from his usual. This really is nightmare fuel though. This little like orb thing. We've dealt with them before, but it's unsettling. Being shocked is also a whole thing. Yeah, like it's interesting that like it's split into the, again, like Rubik's Cube or like the checkerboard. It shows like a certain amount of control to be able to do that, right? You know what's also good with Lady Yuri is, what's that? What are we doing? You taught him a sneaky and vicious skill to our Khun, to AA. That seems like a risky move. That seems like something maybe we shouldn't do. We don't need to give him like more things that make him a menace to society. Like we all understand that like maybe we don't give him more power. So I can feel some dark aura. Yeah, maybe we don't give him more things that make him a danger to everyone around him. As much as I love him, I understand what he is. Yeah, we figured out that we can use our abilities again. Casually, are we gonna ask him to jump off of something again to test if we'll all die? Because Bodo's already been through a lot. Again, are we putting him in danger? This is surprisingly trusting. This is absolutely the right response, to just be like, what are we even doing? What's going on? I would also be scared, just like, Khun was like, just stand over there. I'd be like, why? What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Okay, so are we gonna make it like need to come closer to us? Are we using Bodo as like a bait target? Yeah, are we using it as bait? Are we not supposed to get involved? Sachi's probably the best one for like long range, right? I don't know what's going on, but can we speed things up a little bit? Thank you. I do like his little mitten hands though. I just think there's something very cute about him. I understand it's cold. I understand that he just wants to bundle up, but I just think there's something very endearing about him having little mittens while he's like trying to be like intimidating and scary. Whoa. I wasn't expecting us to cage in. I mean, it makes sense for like long range if we can keep it contained. Yeah, I'm also question mark. That's very descriptive, Sachi, but does not help answer the question. Did we just anger it? What does that mean? Is it? Or are we just being teleported around? That'd be kind of cool. The moment it tries to escape, it just ends up like back inside of the trap. Yes, I'm all the question marks with you, but I think it's cool. Just desperately trying to get out. I feel a bit bad for it, even though I'm like, it's scary and I know it's actively trying to hurt us. It's just trying so hard to get out. Doesn't understand. Dang, 9 lighthouses? Sounds exhausting. It makes sense though with the like 9 sides, right? You got all the squares now. So it's not like separating one into like multiple necessarily. It's like you're basically doing the calculations to stack a bunch of them together so that you can use that power all in one. Yeah, I was like 9 seems like a lot. And also calculations. Anyway, like it could be super powerful and dangerous. Anyway, I was also thinking that I'm like, if all of these are like teleports or like portals or whatever, that also would be so exhausting to maintain because you don't know which one the enemy is gonna try and go through. Maybe Khun does because he seems to be able to think things through at a much like longer period of the future than I can. He's always like leaps and bounds ahead of where my brain is at. But you can't like fully predict that. There's like a certain amount of randomness to that calculation, which means it's going to be like there's so many possibilities. If you do the calculations to figure out like where are they going to go, there's so many combinations of that. So you just have to maintain all of it, right? Like your energy just has to be spread across all of the portals simultaneously, which sounds exhausting. Oh, okay. So we couldn't quite figure it out and we went rogue. We did a little experimentation. I was noticing before when he said theoretically that I'm like, that implies that we haven't done it yet. We just put a USB in it. We hacked it. Is that what we did? Oh, it's illegal. Cool. So we're doing crimes. We are hacking. I love that though. I love the idea of Evan just being like, I'm going to hack this lighthouse and give this regular immense power. And it probably will be fine. Nothing has ever gone wrong because we gave a Khun a bunch of power. Yeah. Later being like, so you gave it to a regular. Why? It just seemed like the only thing to do. And I'll just blame you if anyone asks. I guess too, on the floor of death, if you're going to do crimes, that would be the one, right? There's not an administrator. Who's gonna know? Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. It's a little bit. Because again, he's a little volatile, okay? I love Khun. I do. He's one of my favorite characters. But he's a little bit like chaotic good, you know? Like, it's a little touch and go sometimes. Especially if we run into Rachel. That might cause some issues, which I'll support. I never said I was a good person. The fact that this is fun, case in point. He's usually on our side, but is he a good person? Debatable. Oh, we're going purple. Blue, red, purple. Gotcha. Oh, it looks upset. I was thinking, have we just managed to anger it with all of the portals? I don't like that you're like, no matter what happens, it'll be fine. Bodo is just still standing there being like, I'm terrified of what this might mean. You're like, just whatever happens, just stay right there. That implies that something weird's gonna happen. Yeah, continuing to be the only character in this entire story that is like reacting naturally to what's going on. Everyone else is like way too chill about some of the craziest things. You're a target, I think. You're the bullseye that we're hoping for. Yeah, I was like, I'm assuming we're gonna skewer it. Ugh, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Like I was saying before, I'm like, it'll be so difficult to figure out where your opponent is gonna go because there's too many variables, there's too many possibilities for that, right? That instead I'm just gonna control where they're going, and then we'll have someone waiting there. So he was a bullseye. I wasn't wrong. I also like it's red mode since the sphere turns red. Thanks. Couldn't have figured that one out on my own. I needed that one explained to me. Yeah, and with the force too, the speed and the force of escaping, not having the time to like pivot and not end up getting skewered. I don't know how I feel about these two being in cahoots. Evan, great. He's holding down the fort for this whole team. He's also like real smart and he knows a lot of things and he's resourceful. And I just feel like that mixed with Khun is like too powerful. Again, thankful they're on our side, but it makes me a little bit nervous about what they might become. If Endorsi, stop acting like you're some cool person. Just move on, okay? We have time for this. Oh yeah, we're being spied on. Yeah, there's so much going on. Then I'm like, we were talking to someone. Spied on, being watched. This still unnerves me. I don't like that at all. It's like, it's a little bit uncanny and I don't love that for any of us. I do kind of like his enthusiasm though. Dang, you're really calculated. Is that what the eyes are about? That's like exactly what's going on, like predictions or whatever? Speaking of not being able to calculate where something is gonna be, can Hockney do that? Because that'd be cool. I do like the giant hammer though. I do like blunt force in fighting styles. Why are we making fun of him? Like, he's being enthusiastic. He's a little bit off-putting, but I like that he's committed to his bit. Were we not? Deciding not to use them? It makes sense also if he's good for defense, right? They've talked a few times about how Hockney is good at defensive strategies, and that would make sense if he's able to predict where someone is going to be, right? Because you can block attacks then. We were going to South City, and there were also people involved with that. There was something about someone trying to kill Hockney. There's a whole thing. There's so many different elements at this point. Right, in my long list of things to be stressed out about, to worry about. I forgot that was somewhere in there. Don't put that out there. Why are we foreshadowing? I like how he's just leaving. Like, I think it's so in character. I feel so many times there are stories where, like, characters get thrown together in situations. They're like, we're gonna band together and help each other out because that's the best thing to go forward, right? The power of friendship. And I like that Hockney's just, yeah, I have no interest in any of this. I don't even know who this guy is. I'm gonna just leave him with you because I honestly don't care. It's refreshing to have a character that's just like, why would I care about this random person I met 5 seconds ago? Yeah, we're also, I guess we're not technically part of the floor anymore. We're technically an outsider, so I feel like it's gonna be more antagonistic. We have the whole like parasite thing going on, right? There's lots of that imagery happening as like an outside element, right? Infecting something, because we have all the like body dead carcass thing going on, right? So it's like you're not part of the natural ecosystem anymore. So there's going to be more antagonism, right, from the actual natives of this floor and like this body, almost like an immune system, right? Don't we not have a soul because it's in the painting? Is that why it might be dangerous? Aw, it's kind of sweet though. This bum's mind. Do not go towards the light. The last time we did that, you got separated from your team again. Ooh, we're waking up. That's good. Just a conversation about legs. Hello? Imagine just waking up in this situation. I'd be so confused and out of sorts for a very long time. Even when I have a brief inconvenience with my schedule, I'm just like, I can't do anything now. The routine has been interrupted. I love the casual, just like, how do we trick this person? Yeah, okay, hi. You like made of stone or something? It almost looks like a motherboard though, in the background. We only have the one eye open. What's that about? I don't like the fact that we're talking about like Soul's name and where they belong. How is Bomb gonna deal with that? I like that we're up front. We're just like, parasite. Where indeed? I'm just like, be quiet. It's fine. Oh, okay. So that's how we're gonna sneak through. We're gonna be like, it's just Mata. That's it. He's just a parasite. He keeps an eye on intruders. Just pass him through and he's going home. Okay, we would like to keep our souls. Because the living can't go in, right? Just the fact that you have one eye closed makes me on edge, because that implies that there's some other... It's a two-sidedness, right? Like, it's... Usually if the eyes are hidden, it's because there's like some kind of secret or some kind of deception that's happening. And if you have one, it's almost like someone who's two-faced, or there's something that they're not sharing, right? You don't just put that like asymmetry in a character design unless... there's something important, especially with the eyes, right? The eyes are such a focal point in the way that we look at faces that having one of them closed just makes me feel like there's something going on with you. I just don't know what. I don't know anything anymore. I'm just a ball of stress. That's all I got. I do like that. Aren't we cheating? Yes, we hacked it. We got one of those USBs that I know absolutely nothing about. Never have I ever done anything similar. I don't know what you're talking about. I love the little rivalry of just like, you can do anything without me anyway. Yeah, we just have Beta around. What are we doing with him? Yeah, he would have been considered a weapon. We had that all with the workshop battles, right? That was part of how we summoned Bomb, is that technically living ignition weapon is still an ignition weapon. So he would be treated differently with that kind of, I don't know, cataloging? No, words fail me there. But it's interesting that he's just like hanging out in the Lighthouse. Yeah, I'm like, you also have a super powerful individual that can help like level things out. Yeah, you've got like another brain to help you out. Look at them working together. I don't know how I feel about that either, though. Talking about, I don't know how I feel about Evan and Khun teaming up. I'm like, you throw Beta into the mix, and I'm already like, you've got two unstable people. It like, on a bit of the darker side of moral ambiguity, and you just gave them an immense amount of power as long as they can keep working together. I don't know, man. That seems like a gamble. You gave Beta the true... Beta has admitted to killing a lot of people. His friends. And I understand that there's like a bunch of other stuff going on with the trauma of that. Doesn't change the fact that he did it. Cool. So we're just like telling us that there's a crucial weakness that I'm sure will never come up at any other crucial point in the storytelling. I'm sure it'll never be important. Yeah, as long as his weakness isn't exposed. That'll never happen. No one will ever find out. I guess she's just like, well, I'll be... Look at that giant beetle. Do we just want to fight because we sat out in the last one? Or are we gonna test them again? It's just, nah, I want to fight something. I like the little card that's like, the team, the different groups. We gotta keep track of everybody. Boy, we're supposed to be quiet. Can we ask questions later? I know I want the information, okay? I want some exposition, but like maybe just like chill until we get past. I wonder though, is part of the reason that Hockney's soul is in the painting or is like separate from him, is it part of how he got out of this floor? Is because of like his soul? Is it tethered here? Is it just about being able to live here on this floor? Like, I wonder if those two things are connected, right? Because we're talking a lot about like souls and how like the living can't be here. So it makes me wonder if we're gonna get to further storytelling down the line with that. Okay, so eyebugs is the thing that was spying on us before. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a chain reaction. Oh, okay, they don't die no matter how much you attack them. That's totally fine. That's not going to be an issue that we just introduced with the other group. I'm sorry, we were just like, these leeches that don't have a soul and therefore cannot be killed. Is everyone on the floor? That's fine. Just a bunch of immortal-ish beings that are going to try and actively hurt us. That'll be fine. Okay, but you did. So is that how comes the painting? Yes, thank you for being like, you left though. Oh. We're not allowed through? Rejected. That's, we've got the eyes. What I say? I'm like, we don't just have one eye closed for no reason. He sees something. I don't like that. I don't like giving up our souls. Also, doesn't Bomb have a bunch of souls inside of him still technically because of the power he got before? Is that gonna be an issue? I just feel like we moved on from that really fast. Okay, these are cute though. I don't want to give them my soul, but they're cute. Little face though. Devourer of souls. Maybe he deserves a treat. Isn't that involved with your soul though? Do you have it? Do you not? You're from here, so do you still have a soul? Did you ever have one? I don't know how this all works. We should keep our soul. Also, there's something about names and all of that, and that is a little bit confusing with you. When we were like going towards the light, I didn't think it would mean literally leaving our, like, losing our soul. I thought it was more of a metaphorical thing. More metaphorical than it already is to say go towards the light. Look, my point is this seems like a bad idea. I don't think there's any light on this floor, I'm just gonna say. Why indeed? No, many people cannot stop him, much to the frustration of, like, literally everyone. Like, all the way back at the beginning of the series. Literally the first thing that he ever did was, like, not listen to someone who was like, you should not follow me. And then he did. And look what that got him. Oh, are those teeth? Because we're walking out of the creature, or we're in the mouth of the creature. Look, I feel like as someone who doesn't like body horror, this is gonna be one of the hardest ones for me. Like, I'm just gonna be squeamish the whole time. That worked? Cool. I was like, names can be all over the place with him. Also, to all the people who told me that I should be calling him Violet and not Bomb, I'm just gonna sit and bask in that. I understand that he's grown a lot since Violet days, but I just called him Bomb the whole time, and look who ended up right. Not to be salty about it, but oh, they're teeny tiny. I kind of want one, not to steal my soul, but can we keep one? Do they make pets? You'll still go on living. Does it count as living? Oh, just a hungry little guy. Oh, yeah. What'd I just say? I was like, we have a bunch of souls. So is that going to become a problem? Yeah, why do you have so many? Are we covering the toll for a bunch of people to enter the floor? Oh, oh wow. I love them. I don't love what they do for a living, but look how cute. I guess we don't see everything then. Yeah, this would be very unsettling, wouldn't it? There's no context for anyone here. And Bomb's gonna have to be like, oh, right. About that. I have a couple of nations of souls living inside of me. Oops, forgot. A little bit casual. Can I just give my soul and then keep the other ones? I'm looking out for them. I've taken ownership of some of their, like, vendetta they got going on. So if I could just keep those. I feel like I understand people being like, are you a monster? Because you seem like a monster. You have immense power. You keep being able to learn things really quickly. You have a bunch of people's souls. That seems evil. Where did you get all the souls from? Like, with no context, you're like, the only way I can think of someone taking souls is like doing a lot of not great things. I feel like it's already too late. What regular has a bunch of souls inside of them? I would immediately be like, you're different. You're strange. Uh-oh. I feel like I wouldn't believe that for a second. He's already been like, don't lie to me. Ooh. Yeah. That's so interesting though, the like reeds and like the water imagery. I think it's so cool. Shinsu bamboo spear seems like a bad time though. Are we just gonna show the fact that we have the thorn as well? And then be like, I'm just an ordinary regular going up the tower. What are you talking about? If we show them the whole making a black hole thing, it's definitely gonna cause an issue. Oh no, don't do that. Don't send as much Shinsu as you can. I know that Hockney doesn't understand what he's asking in this moment, but don't do that. Yeah, remember how we could do that? And then we're gonna be like, I'm just a regular. Boy, with as much as possible seems bad. Don't do that. Oh, I love them. I love them so much. Maybe it's just because I don't have rock around that I'm like, I need a little guy. I love them. Looks can be deceiving. Also, yeah, how are we gonna explain all that? Yeah, I think suspicious is like the nicest way of describing that. I'd be like, what do you mean you're just a regular random person with a bunch of souls inside of them and a thorn and can make a black hole out of Shinsu? What do you mean an ordinary regular? You couldn't have come up with a better lie? I understand that what he was going for, but like, you didn't even try to sell it afterwards. It took 2 seconds before you were like, oops. Yeah, of course they're gonna be like, I can't have, you're super dangerous. I can't just let you in. Oh, the eye. Let them inside alive. By whom? Oh, so we got another person? A very strange outsider, I suppose. I don't like anyone showing interest though. We're doing all right though, considering we can't kill them? Doesn't it matter? I was like, they're immortal, so there's that. But are we gonna get more interest? I love Evans' resurrection a trend nowadays. Yes, that's what's happening. They just really didn't want to be left behind. It's all just FOMO. It's never weird to see somebody with just a bunch of screens and impaled creatures. Yeah, I was also like the showing off the power. I'm like, we literally were like, I'm just an ordinary regular, and then proceeded to do some of the craziest things. Ooh, hello? Are you henchman? Oh no, you look like you have light blue hair, and there's a very specific group of people in this story that have light blue hair like that. Are you who I think you are? Because that seems like it's gonna not be a great time. I think whether he's real or not. I'm so tense. I don't even know what to do. Yeah, we have another person who's just Enru? I have no idea if I'm going to get anywhere close to pronunciations, I'm sorry. But another irregular has shown up. and they can tell. We're going somewhere where not only is Bomb doing like crazy things that people shouldn't be able to do, but also in a place where it is like a very important legend or like story that people tell that has to do with an irregular showing up. The start. I've read hundreds of chapters. What do you mean the start? Probably. I'm so stressed. Again, just adding on to the list of things that are stressing me out. I don't even know anymore. Like, I can't keep track of everything because I'm just continuing to have it all stack up on top of each other. All of the sheer amount of things that are stressing me out. That I'm like, oh right, I forgot that we already had a name drop with Khun and all of his backstory and everything. That I'm like, how could I forget that there are more things for me to be stressed about? It's fine. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong whatsoever.